Welcome to this episode of Connecting Cherokee. I'm Amber Holcombe, Realtor with Atlanta Communities, and today's guest is Jennifer McDougal of ChalkTales. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
So I came across ChalkTales on Facebook, on Cherokee Connect Facebook group, and was seeing pictures of her spirit rocks and was incredibly impressed, and I knew that I needed to have her on the show. So Jennifer, tell us all about ChalkTales. What is it that that you do, and tell us about the artwork.
So you saw most of my rocks on Facebook. Usually it's parents looking for someone to paint the spirit rock for them. I paint 4 to 5 rocks a day for birthdays and announcements.
Wow. Okay, so you must be really efficient if you're able to do that many a day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my techniques down, trial and error, and I mean this is my 4th year doing it. So I've got a system and it works for me.
So other than spirit rocks, which if y'all haven't seen these, go check them out. These are impressive. Like there's all kinds of detail and creativity that goes into this. So other than spirit rocks, what else are you doing?
So I do business windows. Seasonal windows are coming up, so I'm starting to book those. Murals, accent walls. I've done an accent wall in a salon. So it's the first thing you see when you get your hair done. You get a pretty wall behind you. Good backdrop.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything.
So tell me more about the murals at like the storefront windows.
So I've done South Canton Florist. I paint their windows for 2 years now. We do seasonal. I'm about to do some fall windows for them. Christmas windows. It's fun for them because they make a big event of it. So we'll paint the whole window. It'll be a backdrop for families to take photos with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You did one at a game store recently.
Yes.
That was like within the past week, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that one.
So that was at Peach State Games. They were releasing it's Disney's version of Pokemon cards. So they wanted a Disney-themed windows. So I did Mickey Mouse and Stitch and Moana surfing on the wave. And,
cool.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Awesome. So your artwork has gotten the attention of folks in the community. Jennifer recently won the Reader's Choice for 2023 for the best art gallery / studio. Yes. And I mean, that's a big deal, guys.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you, everyone that voted. I was very surprised. Although I'm not technically have like a brick and mortar store, you can see my artwork. I'm a traveling gallery. I like to call myself. You can go to any elementary school in Cherokee County and right now probably see 1 or 2 of my work.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's fun.
So, and this is artwork that is making a big impact in the life of a child, right? Like it's a big deal for them to have a spirit rock professionally painted the way that that's meaningful to them, whether it's Minecraft or Bluey, or any other kind of characters with their name, and it's customized and special just for them, which is really cool. Yes. I love that. So what is your favorite piece of art that you've done?
I'll have to say the first big project I worked on is probably my favorite. That would be my son's nursery. I mean, he's about to turn 5, but I painted his wall with like mountains and cabin theme, and I did that while I was pregnant. So I mean, it was hard work. So that's probably my favorite. Yeah.
And so was that when you got started, or how did you get started with ChalkTales?
Okay, so the name ChalkTales, I started off using chalk. I made those chalkboard memory milestone boards. The first one was for my nephew. It was his first day in kindergarten, so I did, he was my teacher, what do I want to be when I grow up, one of those. I did that for a few other friends, and then daughter turned 1, so I did her milestone, how many teeth I have, how much I weigh, and then that spread. I got, clients that I didn't know, so that's where I was like, oh, I can kind of turn this into something, and then daughter was in kindergarten or first grade, and I was, what is this big rock outside people are painting on. I can do that. So I painted hers for her birthday, and then other parents in her class were like, can you please do this for us? Because they didn't know where to start. And then it snowballed from there. And now I'm busy every day.
So what is your favorite memory with a customer? Like, something you've done for a customer.
Well, I enjoy any pictures that the parents will send me with their kid, any videos of them pulling up to the rock and they're surprised. That's always very special to me, just to see that, because I don't get to meet really anybody that I'm working for. But there is one family that for the past 2-3 years now, the grandfather sets it up for his grandson, and he sends me images that his grandson had drawn himself. And he wants me to replicate that on the rock for him. So I outline it. I make it more like a coloring book.
Oh, nice.
So, and then he brings his whole family out. The grandfather brings his grandson, the mom, dad, aunts, uncles, and I just bring the supplies, and we all paint together. And now I have pictures with this family, and I mean, it's just,
I love that.
It's fun. And then just to think that I don't get to meet hardly ever anybody that I'm painting for, but I am a little bit like I'm in those memories.
Yeah.
Like they have these pictures to look back on, and I wonder if they'll be like, hey, who painted that? That was me.
So what kind of paint are you using? So you said you started off with chalk.
Right.
And you obviously can't use chalk on a rock that's outside.
Right.
And even though they're not meant to last, and what are you using for that?
Spray paint.
Okay.
So like I said earlier, I've had 4 years now of getting my techniques down. So I actually do a lot of it mostly in spray paint. And then outline everything with acrylics. But yeah, that's really about it.
Well, are you using chalk for anything these days, or is it just mostly spray paint and acrylics? So
I do use some chalk sometimes. So this was not around when I was in high school, but there's senior parking spots now. So parents will reach out to me, and the first day of school, they get to decorate the senior parking spot, because that's a big deal. You got the prime spot, right? Because you're a senior. Yeah. So that's a big area to color, and they get overwhelmed. How much chalk do I need? It's hot. I don't want to lay on the concrete. Can you please do this for me? Sure. So yeah, that's the only time I really use chalk.
Okay. So I saw one of your videos where you were blending up, you crushing up the chalk.
Yes.
And tell what is that process?
Okay, so I actually figured that out, trial and error. Because you got a piece of chalk, and really that lasts like not even a minute, and you're making this big of an area. So I'm like, how can I make this chalk go farther? So crush it up, add water, turn it into a paint. So now I can do a whole parking spot about 45 minutes, and I can cover the whole thing.
Smart. Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, I'll give you tips and tricks. I mean, ask me. I'm here to help.
Yep. You had mentioned something earlier about the murals and the accent walls, and the one at the salon being kind of a photo ready opportunity, right? So what other things have you done, or are you looking to do things that might maybe like Instagram worthy walls? Like tell me where's your head at with that?
Yeah, so that's a great opportunity for anyone that has like an Airbnb or VRBO, anything like that, an accent wall or a fun quote, make up a hashtag for your property or or business, and anything that your clients can take a picture with your personal wall or hashtag or quote is free publicity for you.
Yeah.
So I'm there to make that.
Have you done any backdrops for offices? So like somebody sitting at their desk, they're on web conferencing all the time. Have you done any, or maybe want to do like a backdrop?
Yeah, I have not done that yet, but that's a great idea. So yeah, hit me up for that. But I think the only backdrop really that I've done so far is at the South Canton Florist, where we did the seasonal windows, because she had a professional photographer come out, and you got one free photo. And
that's smart.
It's a cute little background. So, yeah.
All right. So we've talked about work. We've
Mhm.
talked about you doing some things for the family. What do you do for fun?
So yeah, my best friends are my family, so I'm with them all the time. But yeah, we like to, go around Cherokee County. We love everything here. We love to go to the mill, hang out. We have a boat, so we go to Lake Altoona all the time. Um, the kids love to find beaches on the lake. We'll
Some
find
island hopping.
island hopping. We'll find an island. They think they're on a deserted island, and we have to go explore. So yeah, we like to be outside. We do a lot of stuff outside together.
So you had mentioned, right, that you're in a previous conversation that your husband enjoys hunting.
Yes.
And there was something that happened on
Mhm.
one of his hunting trips that was really cool. Can you tell me about it?
Yes. So this is just a fun period in me and my family's life. So he was hunting and sitting under a tree, and this baby squirrel just fell right in front of him.
Oh.
And he tried to put it back on the tree because he doesn't want to take a wild animal, and it was too small. And he's like, I can't just leave it here. So he brought it home to me. And I remember him walking in the door, and I'm sitting on my couch with my newborn. He's probably a month or two old. And he's like, hey, I got another baby. I'm like, what are you talking about? So yeah, we got to raise Kevin. We named him Kevin.
Kevin the squirrel.
Yes, he shared a bedroom with my son for a few months. He loved the cabin themed room with the mountains.
As he should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we let him be wild, and he knew his name. We could go outside and yell his name, and he would hop through the trees and come visit, sit on our laps, and share some almonds. And it was fun. It was a great time in our life.
That's so great.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So I've known people that have raised squirrels, and it's not like that's what they do. It's just that's something that came up and that happened.
Right.
And there was a raccoon at one point.
Would love to have a raccoon.
They're
so cute.
They are. I don't know how much worth they are. I don't know how.
I'm sure they're mischievous.
Oh yeah.
They're probably like having a toddler. Permanent toddler.
Okay, so in your line of work, and this is something I ask like every guest that I have on here.
Okay.
So what is one nugget of wisdom that you would like to share with the audience?
I would say don't be so hard on yourself. Most of my work, is for the kids, the Spirit Rocks. And they're going to think anything that you do, if you don't hire professionally and you do it yourself, they're going to think it's amazing. Because it's from you, and their name's on this big rock for the whole school to see. And it can't be, it's not as hard as you think it is. I'm here to help. Like I said, reach out to me, spray paint and outline everything, and your kid's going to love it.
Okay. Well, speaking of reaching out to you, how can people find you online to reach out to you?
So I talk to most of my clients on Facebook, Messenger. You can reach me out there. Instagram, be patient with me. I'm trying to get a little bit better. It might take me a few days to get back to you on there. And I have an email at chalktalesrocks@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So, well, Jennifer, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And that is all for this episode of Connecting Cherokee. If you're interested in being featured for this community website, like Jennifer is today, reach out and let me know. If you are interested in talking about buying or selling a home, I'm happy to help. And that's all for today. See you next time.